Hello everyone. In this video I want to look at the basics of complex numbers and then how to add and subtract them. Complex numbers come from imaginary units, which you recall, I is considered the imaginary unit and is defined as the square root of -1. So a complex number takes the form of a plus bi, where a and b are integers. So they can be positive or negative whole numbers. And they will be what they will be. Here are some examples. 3 minus 4i is a complex number where a is 3, b is -4. 8 plus 6i, where a is 8, b is 6. -10 plus I, where a is -10, b is 1. And even -3i. In this case, a is 0, and b is -3. So all these are defined as complex numbers. Now when you add and subtract complex numbers, they work very much like any other variable. So it's almost like looking at I as just a standard variable, and it works out very smoothly. For example, if you were asked to simplify 3 minus 4i plus 8 plus 11i, because our middle sign I should say is addition, we don't need the parentheses. The only time we would then is if it were a negative sign. So I can drop them and look at it like so. I want to look at 3 and 8 as common terms, as they are, and 4i and 11i, or I should say -4i and 11i, as common terms. It's just like saying -4x and 11x. It works the exact same way. So 3 and 8 will add to 11. -4i and 11i will combine to get a positive 7i. So the I doesn't cancel out. It doesn't become I squared, for example, in this case. It just becomes -4i, or -4i plus 11i becomes a positive 7i. And that's as far as you can go. 11 and 7i are not like terms, so I leave them as they are. Let's look at this example. Simplify -2 plus 4i minus 7 minus 9i. Now this time, because I have a negative in between these, I'm going to distribute that to both of these terms. Now I can drop my parentheses, and this first one will still be -2 plus 4i. Now I have a -7, and a negative makes this a positive 9i. And now it's a matter of combining my like terms. Again, my two constants are like terms, and my 4i and 9i are also like terms. It's just like adding 4x and 9x. So -2 plus -7 gives me a -9. 4i and 9i give me a positive 13i. And this is as far as I can go. And this is where you add and subtract complex numbers. Look at the i's as variables, and you add them in the same way.